Dead Girl Walking, a guy says in the hallways, from the book Winter Girls by Laurie Halse Anderson. Now, this book is very important for many reasons because of how serious mental illness is and how words really hurt people that get called these names. Winter Girls is about Ed, which is a serious mental illness that a person can die from. Ed is also called eating disorder. This book is important because many girls all over the country have this type of eating disorder that the two girls had in the book, or a different type. And now boys can get this, but it's more commonly for girls. Ed has different types, but two very common ones are anorexia nervosa and bulimia. Now, anorexia nervosa is where you count calories, you cut back on calories, you work out excessively, you check your weight every day, you're constantly looking in the mirror and telling yourself that you're worthless, that you're fat, you're ugly. And where on the other hand, bulimia is the same way, kinda, where you look in the mirror, you're ugly, fat. But this is where you binge eat and you purge it up after you're done eating to lose weight. And you don't work out as much, but you still work out. Now, these are serious because people can eventually die from this illness because their depression can get worse and it can lead to suicide. They also can't just go back to a normal life like everyone says, oh look, you can eat this and go back. No, because if you do that, you will gain all the weight back and maybe even more. Ed makes this book unique because Laurie Halse Anderson wrote this book to show how bad Ed can get and how it affects everyone around and not just the person who has it. This book has two main characters, Leah and Cassie, and they have been best friends from the beginning. They lived next to each other, and they made a bet of some sort once they were in middle school saying, let's see who gets the skinniest. But they took it too far. Leah was diagnosed with anorexia nervosa, and Cassie was diagnosed with bulimia. Now, Leah started losing weight, and so did Cassie, but she got jealous because Leah was always skinnier. And Cassie one day started throwing up in the rose beds. And they found her dead at a hotel room because she was drinking, and she ate pizza. And, of course, she went to go purge, but her esophagus ruptured. Now, Leah was lucky enough to survive, and she got the help she needed at the end of the book. She finally made it out, got the help she needed, and survived. But I connected to this book because 3 years ago in 8th grade, I had what Leah had. I did everything to be skinny. I worked out, I cut back on calories, I stopped eating breakfast and lunch, and I lost all my good friends that were close to me, my best friends and everything, and then I got new ones eventually. But Leah in the book also cut herself, which she took it too far, and I eventually did that, but I didn't go as far as she did. I relate to this book a lot because what people had said to me and made me do this, because I felt bad about myself, felt disgusted, and Leah felt the same way. And people don't understand what they say to people actually hurt them and how they actually have feelings, but they don't understand that. Now, this illness is something to be taken seriously and not just for jokes. People tend to joke around saying like, oh, you're ugly, oh, you're fat, oh, look at her, she's freaking hippopotamus. No, it's not, that's not how it works. You're making fun of them and then they're gonna be put into a place where they shouldn't be. And many people have died from this kind of illness, but only because of what some people are saying to them. But I recommend this book for others to show how scary it can be and how it has to be taken seriously. And if anyone has this illness, I recommend that you should read it and get the help you need because you deserve it. People with this illness don't see what they want to see. They just want to see themselves skinny and eventually die because of what they're doing to their body. But I believe that God put them here for a reason because He wants to see everyone grow up and see them live their life and enjoy it. I highly recommend this book for ages 14 and up. Ed is a mental illness that needs to be taken seriously, and people around need to grow up and stop making fun of people. The two girls in this book had it bad. One died, one survived. Winter Girls is about a book. Winter Girls is a book about Ed, which is a mental illness, and you can die from this.